Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be removing RAM and installing new RAM in our Dell Inspiron 15300. So you're going to need some tools. I've only been using two. So you have your screwdriver and you have your RAM. So as you can see, this is some Samsung DDR4 2600 megahertz RAM. It's 8 gigabytes, so that I can upgrade this from 8 to 16 gigabytes. So let's get into the video. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to flip over your laptop. Now it depends on how old your laptop is. For example, if you've got a much older laptop, you'll probably have to tear it apart from here, and then you have to flip it over and remove everything from the top. So since I've got a newer laptop, what you have to do is that you have to look for the screws. So as you can see, there's 3, 5, 7, 8 screws. If I'm not wrong, yeah, 8 screws. So you want to go at these screws carefully, and the first thing you actually want to do is get something like a piece of paper to hold all your screws. So you're going to just put that there. Now you want to unscrew everything. So here's one screw. Here's your second screw. Your third screw. Fourth screw. Fifth screw. Now for these screws are going to stay in as they are fixed to the back plate of the laptop. So you just want to screw them until you can sort of like see it pop out. So like I'll just show you right now. So like you can see over here that's popped out, but we're not taking the screw out because you kind of can't. So you want to like continue screwing until it's sort of like very open and you can't screw it anymore. So when you hear this click sound, that means that you have screwed that out completely. So now we'll screw this screw out. Appears to be I can't screw this one out. Okay. Interesting. I think we'll leave that for later. Now we'll just unscrew this screw. So now that you've heard the click, I think you should be able to screw this one out. Yeah, we're starting to screw this one out. So I don't think you can take the screw out either. Yeah, that's fixed in. So the next step, hold on. So the next thing you want to do is that you want to get something that's flat. So for example, I've got the back of a tweezer, and basically what you can do is that you can carefully go along the sides. Don't go inwards, or otherwise you might touch some components that you might not want to. So you want to just go around carefully. Go around the top as well. So once you've pried everything open, you want to carefully lift the top off to reveal the inside of the computer. So if you don't know what the inside of a computer looks like, I'll quickly tell you what it is. So I'm going to start off with the most outstanding feature, the battery. Then I have my NVMe over here. And then I also put in some extra space. I put in a 256 gigabyte SATA 3. And there's also space for another NVMe M.2 slots. So then this is the CPU fan that leads to, by the looks of it, CPU, and this is probably CPU and that's GPU. And besides that, you can see there like the USB ports on the sides, you know, the usual. So now we're gonna get our RAM over here, and as you can see there's a free slot of RAM over here. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna put that in there. Ah, there we go. So now we have both of the RAM put in. So now what you want to do is that you want to put this piece back up, and we'll head on to the next step. So now what you want to do is that you want to carefully press it down so that it sort of clicks into position. Now be careful not to press down too hard, otherwise you could damage your computer, like the screen. So you want to go along here, sort of just press it all down. And now what you want to do is that you want to reverse the screwing step. So you want to put these in. So you want to just continue screwing them back in. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So if you turn left, it will go up. Turn right, and it will go down. So you're going to screw it in all the way, so it sort of feels secure. Not when it sort of goes in all the way, otherwise you won't be able to unscrew it. You'll struggle unscrewing it. So you want to then just carefully screw that in. So as you heard, that was a click, which means that now that is secure. I will look over here, that also looks to be secure. So now you want to get your screws one by one. And instead of just dropping them into position, what you want to do is that you want to, if you have a magnetic screwdriver, you can just put that on there and then just put that back in. And be careful not to screw in too hard either, because if you screw in a bit too hard, you could actually damage the computer, so you don't want to do that either. So you want to just put that in there, try, yeah. take another screw. So now that you have screwed all your screws in, what you want to do is that you want to flip your computer over, and we'll be going on to the next step. So now that you have done all your steps, what you want to do is that you want to open up your computer. You're going to press the on button, check for the light. Yep. So now let's see if it turns on. Yep, starting up. The amount of system memory has changed, so you just want to click continue. As you can see, our computer has booted up, so now let's naturally log in. So now our computer has booted up. So now what you want to do is that if you're on a Windows computer, you're going to press Ctrl Shift Escape, which will put on Task Manager. Now what you want to do is that you want to go to Performance. You want to look at the memory, and as you can see, our memory has increased drastically. Before this was at 8 gigabytes, and now we are running at a mere 15.8, which is about 16 gigabytes. So that's pretty impressive. And the speed, if you're wondering, was 2600 megahertz. Here are all the stats. And as you can see, our computer is running at lower percentages, which means more space for stuff like gaming. And yeah.